Hello and welcome to Goats and Dragons, the stream where Helpful Goat Gaming plays Dungeons and Dragons, the game of shared storytelling where I try to kill my friends. I'm Andrew Gilbert, the benevolent dictator of Helpful Goat Gaming, but tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. And I'm not alone. With me, as always, is the unbenevolent dictator of Helpful Goat, Galway, playing the Tiefling Sorcerer Charity.
Hey, everybody.
Adam, playing the Halfling Rogue Burbage Kemp.
Hi.
Lena playing the Goliath Barbarian Stormbringer.
Hi.
And Darcy playing the Tiefling Cleric Hakari.
Rolling with my homies. Can anyone hear that?
Not untrue, Hakari, not untrue. All right. Well, we are back after a bit of a hiatus. A couple of us went to Japan. A couple of us didn't. And stuck around and played some games for your amusement. But I'm certainly excited to get back into Goats and Dragons, the Fates of Ryn. We have also started a campaign B, which is a group of players going through Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And that is Galway, Adam, Lena, and TJ doing that. Those will be up on our Helpful Goat Gaming YouTube, as well as in podcast form at some point. So that's fun. You can always catch the beginning of a campaign if you were to go and enjoy those folk. And anyway, we've also published our adventures as a podcast with the Fates of Ryn. We're up to episode 49-ish, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And catching up quick to our live recording of those, which is awesome. But you can find that at Goats and Dragons, wherever you get your podcasts. Ours is the one with the awesome and helpful looking goat on it. Adam, do you have any other announcements you'd like to say?
I want to just give a nice, brief little in memoriam to the actor Stephanie Niznik, who it was just came out a few hours ago that she, I guess, died today. She played Nina on the television show Everwood, which a lot of people don't remember or know about, but I happen to think that the first season of Everwood is like masterpiece television, frankly. And so, yeah, she was 52 and she died. And I don't think it's come out like how she died, but yeah, it's really sad and tragic. So, R.I.P. Stephanie Niznik. And if you want to hear me doing a part of the Everwood theme song, you can go check out our playthrough of Big Gay Orcs, available on our YouTube Helpful Goat page, because I did a little bit of the Everwood theme song right after the Big Gay Orcs theme song. So check it out.
Very true. There was also another one-shot that we did while a couple of us were in Japan called the Gatbutin Incident, which kind of piggybacks off of the Fates of Ryn storyline as well.
Yeah, and so both of those one-shots will be released in podcast form later this summer. The Gatbutin Incident will be released in their main podcast feed, since it is kind of connected to the Fates of Ryn campaign. But Big Gay Orcs will probably be our inaugural podcast feed B episode, kind of kicking off our secondary feed, where we're going to do like shorter self-contained games and campaigns and such. So be on the lookout for that.
That's going to be awesome. We're going to have other DMs. We're going to try to mix up the cast a little bit here and there. Should be a good opportunity to jump in on some of our shorter form things. Yeah. We're also affiliate on Twitch, which means you're able to cheer and subscribe to us. And as a reminder, anyone who has Amazon Prime, you're able to subscribe for free through Twitch Prime. It is free for you, and we get moolah, which is always fun. It's super easy to link those accounts and get that set up. And just thanks for watching and following the channel. We really appreciate the support. And if like what you're seeing, yeah, check us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of the... Wherever the kids are, that's where we are.
That makes it sound bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nope, that's okay. Now that I hear myself
Wind it back. Nope.
say that out loud. My bad.
He didn't mean it in a pedophile way.
Yeah.
Just as a disclaimer.
Hopefully that went without saying.
For all you trolls out there.
Okay. Hopefully. Yes. What I meant was we'll be watching you from the bushes.
It's also just fundamentally inaccurate because I'm pretty sure like the kids are on apps that like we don't even know about.
I kind of know about them, but I don't get them. I'm really old now.
Do you know about the Instagram alternative called like it starts with a V, like Verbo or Vivro?
Definitely haven't heard of that one.
Then yeah, you're not up to date. I got bad news for you.
Damn.
Can we roll the opening credits?
John Burvo.
Burvo.
Anyway. Let's begin tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. Someone drew a carrot penis at the top of the page.
I don't know how to erase it. It turned out bad.
What's going
You
on
need to
here?
change it. Do the. I don't even care enough to tell you how.
Oh, it's worse. It's somehow worse.
It's a butt or boob.
No, it's just an upside down heart without a point.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Or a sideways 3.
That would-
Previously on Goats and Dragons, Burbage Kemp and the family saved the town of Diefield from horrible, horrifying fire invaders. Burbage Kemp got a bit more recognition for his efforts than he ever had previously in the town. And as the town and the families began to have a sigh of relief, a few legal matters needed to be brought up on Mr. Burbage Kemp. These legal matters, with the help of some of the family, were set aside. Mr. Kemp's seal that was placed on his body was lifted, and he was able to leave town. He also had it out with an old flame, Theodric Dale, who's now the mayor of the town. And in that goodbye, I guess, Theodric seems to be holding out hope that Burbage will one day return to him, and possibly return the incredibly powerful magical item that the town had grown accustomed to, called the Bright Fang. But soon the family loaded up the supplies that they needed, bought everything they could for the return journey back to... now I'm blanking on the name.
Westamere.
Was it Wistamere?
Wait, aren't we going back to Federo? What?
Federo? I don't think it was Federo.
No, we're going back.
It was-
We're going back to where the ice spire is.
Yeah.
Cliff Mill.
Cliff Mill.
Thank
there it
you.
is.
No. Yeah.
It's been a couple It's been a couple of weeks since
Been a hot minute.
I've played this. Yeah, been a hot minute. So you loaded all that up on the boat, now named the Readied Sails, which has a few upgrades since the battle in town. You said your goodbyes to the people on the docks, and it seems like Theodric somehow slipped a note into your pocket, Burbage. And as you fumbled around for it, you nearly dropped it in the ocean.
You're welcome.
But then you read that as the Readied Sails made its way out of the tiny harbor of the town. And as all of you were taking a sigh of relief, putting behind some dangers, thinking toward the dangers yet to come, Charity looked to Hakari and said, "We shall need to talk more about the modifying of memories," or something like that. Paraphrasing.
Andy, you had what, 4 or 5 weeks to get this right?
He's had a pinched nerve.
Yeah, no, I was about to say, like, we understand Andy has been dealing with like a back
He's
injury.
been on
that
a
is-
lot of muscle relaxant.
Oh man, that sucks.
I also do not know, considering that it's painful for him to like sit or stand for protracted amounts of time, how he's been able to manage DMing roll 20.
Yeah, he basically lays on his right side
Do stuff with my
For,
left
like,
hand. I'm
hours at a time.
Good. I'm good.
God Almighty,
Yep.
The man has made a commitment.
he suffers for his art.
I love it.
Also, if anyone wants to give
But
me
anyway-
fan art of Snorlax DMing, that's kind of what I'm picturing.
That's kind of what it is. All right. Well, you all are on the boat. You are heading back to Cliffmill. You are, you've celebrated just a bit. All of the halflings who are manning the boat are very glad to see everyone return, and very excited to have Burbage on the boat then as well. And Burbage, Charity had set up a small room for you in the cargo bay of the ship. So you got that all kind of set up. It's a simple room. It's just a bed, a small dresser, and a chest to keep some things. Did you bring the painting with you of the very cool guy from?
Oh God.
Or did
Andy-
I forget if you left that.
Andy, why would I have taken that painting?
I don't know why. It's stuck
At
in my
no
head.
point,
You kind
at
of
no
liked it or
point-
something.
no, at no point did Burbage ever even consider taking that painting.
Got it. You did take
It
a
is. Yeah, I took a book. I took a book on the history of Federo.
Yeah, and it
Um,
has a name we recognize in it.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know if we'll have a chance to like talk through some of the contents of that book, some of just in general. I don't know. Adam could use a like just a little group chat, just catching all of us up to like what's going on and where we've been, where
Which
we're
is-
going.
Which is totally unrelated to
Yeah.
the fact that we haven't played this in a few weeks as people, not
Right,
characters.
I have notes, and some of them are relevant. Stormbringer doesn't, but I do.
And A Brief History of Federo is the name of that book, Volume 2. And you have that in your journal, Burbage.
Nice. And my room is at least somewhat comfortable, right? Charity didn't come to save me from Diefield without having like at least a somewhat comfortable room set up for me, right, Galway?
I mean, he was pretty pissed at you.
Well,
I was gonna say,
Simple bed.
it's
It's not much.
Andy says bed, it's really more manacles.
oh, this is bullshit. Oh, that's so. I don't. Our characters had such different experiences of that whole fucking arc.
He also calls it a room. It's honestly more a crate inside a cage.
Jesus Christ.
All right,
No.
This is getting a
everybody,
little fucked up.
always joking.
You,
I'm sure it's-
I don't remember whether we were going to have it be 1 or 2 on the cargo deck, Andy. I thought it was one of the bigger ones. But yeah, I wasn't... Charity wasn't exactly sure what you would want, so it's got a nice-ish but small bed, sort of like a chair, a small table. There's a bookcase in case you should want it, and a chest
Cool.
for stuff.
there's nothing creepy in there like a life-size doll of Vimeris, is there?
No, why would?
Is that creepy or is it like
I specify.
Hey, that's
So wait, when you say that that's creepy, you do realize that that's what I meant by a comfortable bed.
ah. Oh no.
Also a
Andy,
joke.
I like how you responded like that is so absurd. Like I felt that way about the painting. I'm not gonna carry around your dumb Fonzie reference for the rest of the campaign.
But he really wanted you to.
I bet.
I mean,
Hey,
you're the coolest guy in Diefield now, Burbage.
Yeah, in fact, my first order of business as the defender of Diefield was to have all paintings of that guy destroyed and replaced with a painting of me in my
Beautiful.
fancy new white studded leather armor, bearing with the bright fang in my hand. Did I have time to do that?
Yes, you definitely did.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's canon now.
unfortunately, you did pose for that painting while drunk in the tavern that when we celebrated that evening. So that painting with you in this very heroic pose does sort of feature like Charity holding up your arm so that you're actually holding up the sword, which to be fair was how it happened every time you struck a heroic pose with that sword.
That's true. That's true.
Very
I
true.
like it. I like it.
So, you sail then the rest of the day. You're heading back toward Diefield. Feel free to have any conversations you'd like to.
Cliff Mill.
Cliff Mill, yes.
I was like, wait, we turned around.
Turned around, no. You're heading toward Cliff Mill. One of the halflings is navigating. He's up there with the captain of the ship. There's very little for you then to do as far as crew-wise on the ship, unless you want to take a role. But they seem to have it covered. So you're able to kind of do whatever you'd like. And the halflings are preparing a large fish dinner for all of you this evening.
So we're probably in room number 12 on the main deck, because that was sort of designed to be just a common meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like to start this off, Charity be like, okay, Burbage, what the hell?
Sorry. What?
The hell? You ran. What happened?
I thought we talked about this. I was grieving.
I thought we did too.
I was in a state, and I heard voices telling me to return to my hometown. So I did.
Do you still
Yeah.
hear those
So
voices?
sue me.
Can we?
Do I still hear the voices?
I know that the parts we covered, there were parts we needed to come back to.
Yeah. What part did you want to come back to specifically? The voice.
the voices, I
voices.
guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mystery to me. They sort of faded away when I got back to Diefield, and I don't think I've been hearing them as much lately. Though I'm willing to adjust that assessment in case any disembodied authoritative voice.
In case
tell me
I hear
otherwise.
a voice telling me that I hear voices.
Yeah, Andy.
No,
What's
it's only been a couple. It's only right now. It's only been a couple hours since you've taken off from Diefield. You've not heard a voice yet, no?
But when is what is the last time I would have heard a voice, or the voice, or the voices?
It might have been when you were in Avery's cellar.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Charity, I've had some time to think about this, and if you're asking me to theorize, I would say that I like the way this is going.
Uh,
I've got my memories back, so ostensibly that should help me to actually theorize about the nature of these voices. Because now, Hikari, thanks to you for doing your modify memory on me. You can say you're welcome now. I'm pausing.
I said, yup.
All right, fantastic. Because of that, I now remember that, yes, I was inadvertently responsible for the death of Eldon Dale, and I also now remember that he was haunting me for the longest time, guys. And now I remember that he was haunting me while I was with you on our journey. And now, if you ask me, in hindsight, I kind of wonder whether those voices or that voice or whatever they were, I think that it was fucking the ghost of Eldon Dale trying to fuck with me and tell me to go back to Diefield because he knew I'd get in trouble. Huh?
Oh,
but I don't think
so it was
ghosts are
that.
really a thing.
Stormbringer, trust me, ghosts are a thing. I was haunted by one for 20 years.
But that requires that death be a thing.
Ugh.
Do you think maybe that was something else going on?
I mean, I don't know what else it would be. I mean, there aren't any other sort of weird supernatural forces that we've been engaged with narratively.
Oh,
That
there
could-
haven't been any others?
could be.
Charity's gonna pat Burbage on the shoulder. That was a good one. I missed you.
Look, all I'm saying is, and that's been my experience, is that I was haunted by the ghost of Eldon Dale, and then he disappeared. There was this moment, now I remember, at the Emerald Falls. I remember him kind of fading away with this look of disappointment on his face when I managed to forget that night. And then he was kind of gone for a while, but then I started hearing that voices again after Vimeris' death. And I don't know, it had to have been him. Who else could it have been?
I don't know, someone fucking with you? Remember how, like, Q-Tip said that the stranger kind of orchestrated all of this to make you into this person? Like, maybe somebody was, I don't know, doing some fuckery magic on you?
I mean, the question is, are you saying that I was never haunted by the ghost of Eldon Dale? Or that I was haunted by him, but that at a certain point he stopped haunting me and somebody else swooped in and put voices into my head in his stead?
I was saying the first thing, but I guess it could also be the second thing.
Could also
You're
be
right.
Could also be third option. You were actually being haunted by the ghost of Eldon Dale, but as the result of someone else controlling him or compelling him to do so.
Ooh, that's creepy. What a sad post-death experience for Eldon, eh? It wasn't even really his fault that I got sent away. I do feel some guilt about that. When I learned that, my mother was the one who conspired to send me away. Eldon was kind of just an innocent bystander in a sense, although he was also kind of an asshole. Okay, yeah, lots of questions.
You hear a knock at the door.
Ah!
It's a
Who is
door.
Shh, guys. Who is it? Pretend you're sleeping. Pretend.
This isn't where we
This is
sleep.
the meeting room.
This
I
is
don't-
our boat.
I don't know how we're supposed to act anymore.
Yes, can we help you?
There's no answer.
See, I was
Maybe
right
you
to
were
be.
right.
I was right to be scared.
Yeah,
Um,
let's pretend we're
Everyone,
asleep.
get under the table. Get
At-
under the table. I'll sneak over
Stormbringer's
the
gonna
door.
lay down and start pretending to snore loudly.
At this, you're gonna see sort of fire start to arc across Charity's fingertips, and I'm gonna thaumaturgy the door open.
All right, you thaumaturgy the door open. There's a halfling sailor standing there with a crate, and he kind of he kind of looks a little dazed and a little confused. And he says, "Oh, where did the bananas go?"
That is
Then he turns
generally
around,
never a
and walks-
comforting question.
Yeah, as you're saying that, he turns around and starts to walk away.
Can I, like, chase him down and, like, try to see if I think he's under the effect of a spell?
Sure, yeah.
Oh man, Stormbringer, I really wish we'd gotten to have more conversation in this meeting room before this happened. There's a lot
I'm
more for us to
asleep. It's
talk
okay.
about. All right, Hakari, are you awake?
Hakari, are you awake?
Yes.
No one was actually sleeping!
No, I'm just pretending to be asleep.
Oh man,
I caught this poor bastard.
Yes. Yeah, you just catch him in the hall before the next door.
I assume it's an Arcana check to see if he's under the effect of a spell,
Sure.
or if, like, there's any traces of magic around him. 11.
All right, with an 11,
Oh, wait, sorry, we almost missed our weekly plug.
guidance.
Guidance is a cantrip which Andy and I assume I have on, unless I'm concentrating on something else, or it doesn't make narrative sense for me to have been able to bring it back up, because I don't want to have to click it, or we don't want to have to keep track of role-playing time in 1-minute increments. Guidance lets you roll a d4 and add it to a skill check of your choice, or you can put it on someone else if you like them. So that'll be a 14 with that.
All right, so a 14. You get this. Yeah, he looks oddly confused. You don't get the sense that there's like a spell here. But he just kind of looks like he hasn't slept in days or something, or he just feels that he looks out of it to you. And yeah, and you can't quite think of a spell that would just make someone feel groggy or something.
Could I med check him?
Sure. Yeah.
To sort of, okay, so if I'm like, okay, this isn't magic, but can I see if there's any telltale signs of, I don't know, any poisons I would know about, any injuries, or, you know,
Yeah.
literally, yeah, upon examining this guy, it looks like he hasn't slept in 5 days, kind of thing.
Right.
Medicine. 9.
A 9. I mean, yeah, it might just be stress. He just, I mean, everything that's gone on in the last, couple weeks, might just be getting to him.
So, are you all right?
Oh, I just forgot where to put banana. Sorry.
I'm gonna
What?
insight check. But feel free to talk to him while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Sort of like, what? Why were you trying to put bananas anywhere?
Well, I was just finishing. We had a couple things left on the deck to put below.
Did we buy a bunch of bananas?
I'll
Haha,
get
a
some.
bot.
With a 12 insight, Hakari, yeah, he seems pretty genuine. You just hear a weirdness in his voice, like he's not all the way with it.
wait, all right, hold on. I'm famished. I'd love a banana. I go over
Wow.
and I'm going to check out the box. I'm going to investigate the box, the crate, Andy.
Okay, give me an investigation. I love you guys are just so paranoid that a knock at the door made you flip out, and now you're investigating a crate of bananas.
Has he been in my bar?
I mean, to be fair, I did also say who's there like 3 times.
You absolutely did. Yeah.
I guess that's a 14.
Yeah.
It is because it rolled your 1 again. Yeah. So you had a crit fail. But a 14 investigation, it seems like a crate of bananas.
I take out a banana.
All right. And
Andy, god damn it.
what do you do?
I investigate the banana.
Oh my gosh.
This shit is bananas. Bananas. This shit
With a
is
21 investigation, it looks like a banana.
Stop saying it that way.
banana.
I eat the banana.
All right.
God almighty.
The halfling is just kind of staring at you, doing all this, and he says, "Can I go now?"
Are you feeling quite all right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel tired, but it's fine.
I'm gonna just suddenly run out of the room
Okay.
and make my way down to my room to make sure I have like secret little things on my bottles so I can tell if anyone's been drinking.
Okay.
Do I see anything?
Akari rushes out and goes to her room.
Check
All
out
right,
my bar.
good.
Downstairs. Yeah.
Between the way he's acting and then Hikari just dashing out of the room without saying anything, Burbage is starting to feel like he's in a fucking David Lynch film. It's very disconcerting.
Is Stormbringer still pretending to
He's
snore?
still pretending to sleep. That's more Lynchian.
Like,
The
Stormbringer,
actor
could you...
that was playing this halfling now changed. It's a different actor.
Oh.
Oh,
Anyway.
God. I was like, Storm...
So yeah, he'll turn around and try to go out the door unless you guys want to stop him or anything.
Do I recognize him from the crew?
You do recognize him from the crew. Yeah, he definitely came from Cliff Mill with you.
Okay. I'll also just call... Are the others as tired as you are?
I would assume so. We've had a big couple weeks here.
Snoring. Why have you had a big couple of weeks? Snoring.
I mean, it's been it's been hard on the soul, being uprooted and
Is this his first time sailing?
maybe these. Yeah, you had to kind of put together a very quick crew to go after Burbage.
Oh, that's
All right. Charity, I say we let him go. Yeah, go get some sleep because we've got some other action items to discuss before we can tackle the sleepy crew member mystery.
I'm
You know what I
pointing
mean?
out that if he thinks that most of the rest of the crew is as sleepy as him and the crew is steering...
Yeah, it's possible we were hit by one of those.
Water vehicles.
I'm
I
gonna...
can steer.
Charity is gonna sort of jog, not like necessarily all the way up the stairs, but enough so that he can see the wheel.
Yeah. Okay.
So like the captain and stuff. I'm like, hello, how are you feeling?
Hey, we're pretty good. How are you?
Fine. One of the crew very sleepily just delivered bananas to our meeting room.
That's odd.
Exactly, and
Those
I wanted to make
bananas
sure.
go in the hold. Not
Yeah,
the meaty room.
that's sort of what I thought, and I just wanted to make sure that while you're steering, you weren't suffering from a level of exhaustion that would cause you to think that delivering bananas to our meeting room was a standard operating procedure on the boat.
Oh no, I'm fine. Are you fine? And he turns to the halfling next to him, who has like a sextant out,
Oh, what?
like a
Compass?
compass.
Oh,
and
okay.
Scent
a
for
sextant.
sex.
I was gonna say a sextant, not a sextant.
And
Yeah, he just said it kind of sexy.
The syllable emphases there sort of led you down an
he
interpretive
says,
path.
"Oswald, you feeling all right?" And Oswald says, "I am feeling fine."
Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Captain. Just wanted to make sure.
All right. Well, good day.
We do not appear to be in imminent danger of being crashed into something by a very sleepy captain.
Does that mean I
Hikari
should
has
stop
returned.
pretending to be asleep?
How are you still pretending to be asleep?
I thought it's what we were doing.
Literally none of the rest of us did that.
I know,
I
I
did-
don't know why.
I did tell her to do it. It's my fault.
Yeah, it's his fault.
The satisfaction of
All
those
right.
words voluntarily escaping your mouth undoes my annoyance at Stormbringer for falling asleep for this whole time. Or pretending to.
Good. Fantastic. All right, now I believe that the best thing we can do about the question of the voices that told me to run away from Cliffmill and go to my hometown of Diefield under threat of punishment or whatever is to table that.
Wait, threat of punishment?
No, I just misspoke. No, they weren't threatening me, but they wanted me to face the threat of punishment in Diefield.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. Guys, do you think that we should have maybe, I don't know, sent a messenger to Ponway once we found out that Yizak was behind the fire blight?
Whoa, did we find that out?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Remember when Vimeris talked to the tree with the fire elemental stuck in it? And the fire
Yeah.
elemental said the name Yizak. He was one of the high priests of Ryn, and we just
Yeah.
kind of went along our merry way.
You
That was
remember-
before we knew that Ponway was a bad guy, so I'm just saying, it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
I'm also going to say that from all of my experiences in Federo, any of the high priests, including Yizak, had odd ways of finding out information inside the city. I'm not sure there was any message we could have sent that would have gotten to Ponway safely.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we dropped the ball a little on that, but Ponway's probably
So
a
many
dick
balls have
anyway.
been dropped.
Yeah,
It's just raining at this point.
it's just
No.
raining balls.
Whoa.
Pretty
No
much.
comment. I vote that we forego going to Cliff Mill and sail straight to Federo and confront Yizak and Ponway, not necessarily in that order, but, that seems to be the next step, right?
The fallout of Vimeris' summoning the Ice Spire decimated much of the town of Cliffmill, and also the bloodthirsty mercenaries sent by various factions had taken most of their supplies. So one of the reasons why they agreed to assign a crew to come with us and work under us, besides the fact that we more or less run that city now, was because we needed to get supplies for them. So we're definitely going to be making port in Cliffmill.
Okay, all right. That's fair. Okay, well, next point of order. What do you think Q meant when he said, quote, that coin was the first? / when he said what you just referenced, Stormbringer, that it wasn't about what he made me do, it's about what he turned me into. / when he said, and I've got some notes here, Burbage, have taken some notes, when he said, that is untrue, when I said during my trial that he had manipulated me into killing Eldon Dale. He said that's untrue. Do you think he just meant that, since he was under the spell of having to tell the truth, you think that it was just like a technicality, that he hadn't manipulated me into killing Eldon Dale, but that the stranger had? Burbage is looking around with serious eyes at everybody.
I'm also just picturing him flipping through a notebook every time he's saying /.
Oh
That's
no,
a
these
lot
notes
to
these
have.
notes are on his hand.
Oh, also / when he said, the stranger is who you least suspect, and we don't know who the referent was for you.
Yeah, I ran out of space on my palm, but yeah, that too.
I think Charity might have paper. It seems like something Charity would have.
I do, in fact, possess paper.
Well, lordy fucking daw.
You could have asked me for some paper and I would have given it to you.
Burbage sits back in a huff and looks at the door.
Are you hoping for more bananas? Is that a yes?
I mean, okay, to answer your questions, I mean, I think we're pretty sure that what he meant by that one thing about, whatever the fuck he said, Oh fuck. About like it's about what you became. I mean, that's pretty clear. Like, that's actually pretty black and white, right? He wanted you to turn into this person, and he wanted you to probably do some of the stuff or be some of the things you're gonna be, because you've probably been being manipulated this whole time, right?
Yeah, but did he want me to turn into who I am? Or did the stranger, who is the stranger,
I think it was
and...
probably the stranger.
Yeah, the stranger. And have we forgotten, by the way, and I don't think we have, that for a while there, Behelit wanted me dead.
Yeah.
I've
It
never
seems
forgotten
like you had a
about
lot
that.
more to play in this, like, whole prophecy shit and whatever's going on now than we've, like, found yet. Right?
Mm, yeah.
I mean, maybe you're already, like, doing what you're supposed to do to what one of the bad people wanted you to do. Maybe we shouldn't do anything anymore, but maybe that's what they want.
Burbage is going to start talking a couple times, but the more he considers what Stormbringer just said, the more kind of concerned and panicked he looks. And then finally, he just, after a moment of paralysis, he just puts his head on the table and pretends to be asleep.
Like, I think, Burbage, don't fall asleep. I think basically we're just fucked no matter what, but that's okay, because we're always probably fucked no matter what. So we just have to act in what we think is, like, the best, moral thing, and then if we're wrong, it's okay.
That's actually pretty wise, Stormbringer. I'm still against the table, but I'm not snoring. I'm just lying there with my cheek against the wood.
So, the thing that I think we need to... I think all of your questions were good ones, Burbage, but I think that to understand any of them, there are other layers of questions above them that we have to understand. One of them we asked, and that was, who is the stranger? But also, what is the stranger aiming for? What is the stranger's relationship with the riddles in the dark and whispers in the dark and all the other things in the dark? Because I don't know why that was just such a hot catchphrase for secret organ. Oh, dark makes them secret. I get it.
That's another thing that Q-Mite said to me. The phrasing was kind of interesting. He said that by taking Eldon's ring, the way he told me to do, he said that I had interpreted a riddle in the dark, and that I did exactly what the stranger wanted me to do. I hadn't interpreted a riddle per se, but yeah, this is
what exactly did he tell you? You didn't have time to tell us before I guess it was a trial? It was really more of a event in the public square.
You mean, what did he tell me
that night?
That, yeah. Andy, what did he say to me exactly? I have an understanding of it.
Yeah, which time exactly?
So just correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but
yeah.
So the night that I went to Eldon's room, I had just discovered that he had sent Phaedric away, and I was drinking in the short shaft, and this man, who at the time I didn't know who he was, but it turned out that it was Q-Mite, came up to me, and he sat with me, and I told him to leave because I was sad and drunk, and he didn't, and he said something like, I know what you've lost, I know what Eldon has taken from you, and if you want to take something valuable from him, I've got just the thing for you to do.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? And he was like, take your hand off my thigh, I'm not here for that. And I was like, oh, okay, fine. And he said, I happen to know that Eldon has a ring that is the most valuable possession that he's ever had. He wears it always on his let's say, right hand. And if you were to take it from him, it would ruin his life forever, just like he's ruined yours. And yeah, so I tried hitting on him again, but he was pretty persistent, and so then I went and I took the ring off of Eldon in his sleep. Super sneaky.
Super sneaky. Yeah.
As a question, this was the ring that you took off his hand and then he burst into flames?
Yeah. I wasn't trying to bury the lead there. I just
No.
That part was...
Do you still have that ring?
Oh no! This is the really interesting thing.
So here's the buried lead.
After getting the ring and staring in horror at Eldon bursting into flames in front of my very eyes, and I can only assume that it was simply horror, because what a terrible thing for me to have to watch when that wasn't what I was trying to do.
Unexpected.
Very unexpected, and I felt guilt ever since, but wasn't my fault. Anyway, I went back to the short shaft. This guy found me, took me out to the docks. I gave him the ring. You know what he did right away when I gave it to him?
Please said not to touch his thigh?
Well, all right. I'm not... look, all right, I was drunk. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay? What he said after that was, he kind of gave me a sickly little grin. And he said to me, "Thank you." And then he tossed the ring into the water. It's like he never even wanted the ring in the first place. It's almost as if all the stranger wanted, was Eldon to die. How about that? And then he gave me that coin, the stranger's coin. And he said, he said to me whatever people say in that situation, like, "Oh, you've done a great service to the stranger. If you ever need a favor back, you can use this coin to call it in." And then, and then I ran. The guards were after me. I left Diefield that night. I tried numerous times to get rid of that ring, or that coin, and I couldn't. And then it just kept coming back to me. And anyway.
Wait, so who was this dude that threw the ring in the water?
Oh, Q-Mite. Q-Mite himself.
Q-Tip, okay. Huh.
Is that all right, Andy?
Yes, perfect. That was great.
Oh, hey guys, do you want to hear the story about Arian and the Bright Fang? Because I've got that too written on my other palm.
Speaking of buried leads.
No, we don't have to...
Charity at this point has pulled out like a notebook and is just writing things down. It's like, yeah, sure, what the hell? Might as well get it down. Or we can skip it, your choice.
Lore.
So much lore.
Who made this beautifully complex world?
A random number generator.
I'm going to try to sum this up. Although, frankly, Andy, I don't know if there's a way...
Give it to everyone, yeah.
Yeah, right now it's in the description of the Bright Fang for me. So as long as they understand that they don't have the Bright Fang itself, or if you can just copy and paste it over. But what Burbage would say is, basically, it all started coming back to me once it became clear that I was somehow, part of a family of magic-wielding heroes destined to protect a legendary weapon underneath my hometown. In ancient days of Diefield, there was... I guess the goddess... what was the goddess's name? Ryn, right, Andy?
Yeah.
The goddess Ryn herself stepped into a sleepy halfling village, not Was it Diefield, Andy?
Yeah.
As she stepped into Diefield, she was treated with such hospitality that she decided to bless these small folk. And a bunch of people tried giving her gifts, actually, because they were like, we don't need anything from you. We're going to keep being hospitable to you. And she said that, okay, present me with an item and I will judge it based on how precious the item is in spirit. And a bunch of people presented her with a bunch of shit. And, it was all fine and good, I guess. But then this one young woman came and the goddess kind of noted her and was like, what is it that you have to present to me? And this young halfling girl named Arien, Erien, said, I can only think of one thing, but everyone has said I'm too impulsive and that it is dangerous to retrieve. And long story short, she ended up going to retrieve it, and basically it was a single tooth, a fang from the ancient white dragon named Peletoth. And she got it and presented it to Ryn, and I don't think anybody really knew or understood how she'd gotten it, but she managed to get this fang from Peletoth. And the story goes that generation after generation passed down this bright fang because Arien requested that this bright fang be blessed with a sense of adventure, that anybody who has it will have wandering feet, and yeah, I guess I don't know, is Arien a Kemp or a Dale? I'm not really sure. Anyway, that's my understanding of it. Now it's mine, and I pull out Bright Fang, and I stab the table with it.
When you did that, all the candles in the room went out.
Is it dark now?
Yeah, it's completely dark.
When you stabbed the table?
When you whipped it out.
Oh. Whoops, sorry guys, sorry. This thing has some powers that I haven't quite mastered yet. Yeah. Burbage will put the bright fang away and start trying to light the candles again.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Charity, probably with a wave of his hand, lights the rest. Or Hikari.
I sort of imagine at this point, Charity just looks at Hikari and goes, I'll take this side of the room.
So that was clumsy, but Andy, is there any other important piece of information from that story that the characters would have needed to hear from Burbage?
Oh no, I think you got it totally. Nothing secret in there that'll help you later on at all.
God damn it. Well,
sometimes lore is just lore. It doesn't affect anything.
Well,
but Charity's going to sort of nod at this, just so we can cut through the DM taunting Adam, and sort of nod so Theodric named his daughter after the legendary progenitor of both of your houses who succeeded in giving a powerfully magical item to a goddess. No pressure.
Wait, where did Theodore get a daughter? Who was the mom? Did we ever discuss that?
Charity's gonna shrug. It seemed.
I did ask Arien about her mother, and she said that her mother died when she was very young. Well, she didn't put it that way. She said that her mother had ascended into the clouds, which, kids, right? They're so stupid. But
Charity's going to slow blink. What?
What? I do want to retcon that because I don't think Burbage can't have said that, because that was a really sweet moment that he had with Arien when he told her about when Stormbringer also saw the Furbolg rising into the clouds. So just scratch that.
Okay.
Except for the part, like all Burbage knows is that basically Arian's mother died when she was young, and I tried bringing it up with Theodric, but yeah, it was kind of awkward, as Charity said. He didn't really tell me anything.
I'm
Indeed.
just
Yeah.
going to say that mysterious unknown parents have kind of a history of being problematic for us.
Do they?
In so much as we can consider Vimeris's parentage mysterious, and he was ultimately saddled with a prophecy and a destiny that wasn't his own. And
Oh,
he's a
yeah.
popsicle.
Yeah.
I'm also
Vimeris.
sure that my parentage is going to manage to screw us over in some way or another. I've just come to accept that fact.
Yeah, I met your father. That was weird. Oh yeah, that was crazy. When I got pulled into Behelit's realm.
I'm not...
Oh man.
Well, maybe that was literally my father. May not have
Hey,
literally
was
been my
Behelit
father.
a halfling?
Was she?
You've never seen Behelit, no.
I'm like,
Charity?
I, technically speaking, have no memory of ever having seen Behelit. So, I mean...
What if she ascended into the clouds?
At this, you're now seeing the flames in the lamps sort of flick like metronomes as Charity's eye twitches. Oh, good. That's great. As I was saying before we started unraveling these more specific mysteries, I think one of the problems that we have is simply there seem to be a lot of powerful people interested in some way in the things that we're doing, and it's not entirely clear who's working with who and who's working against who.
Yeah, and you said that you think that this might be like some kind of conflict between 3 different parties, 3 different divine beings, you think?
I don't know if it's divine beings or if it's actions being taken at different levels, but consider that Behelit's concern was that you were going to stop Vimeris. That who you were was going to stop Vimeris from fulfilling his prophecy. But then we have references to these other figures, the Riddles in the Dark, and they were the ones who put out a contract on Corin and his family and hired the deadliest creature in existence. I wish we could go by that town. I'd like to spit on the hole that we shoved him in. But even then, Corin had already put a contingency in place for not being able to survive to see the prophecy. But then we have the stranger who... It seems like the stranger... At least one interpretation of what's being said is that the stranger's goal was to make you into the person that could stop Vimeris.
Oh.
Because multiple people have seemed to reference who and what you are, and it seems to be in the context of this larger actions that shape the course of this conflict, and at least Behelit was very clearly focused on your relationship with Vimeris. But does that mean that Behelit and the stranger are enemies? Where does Ponway / the spider play into all of this? I can't tell which sides are sides.
I
And-
think we should just kill everyone. Because this is making my head hurt.
I was gonna say, Charity's nodding. There's some validity to that viewpoint, but the thing that I've considered is, as much as we're mixed up in this, I think that Stormbringer has had a very solid point. If we act in the way that we believe is right, if we take care of each other, then even if that was the wrong guess in one of these grand schemes of things, is it really wrong?
I mean, that's like morality is inherently subjective, anyways. So nothing's really wrong.
Feel like we're getting some bleed over from a different character.
Ah.
But Charity's gonna pause. And in the list of big important questions and relating to that last point, if we want to fix the Vimerisical problem, apparently we need hellfire. Akari?
Hikari starts snoring.
I hate this so much.
Maybe
think
she's
that's-
pretending like I was.
No, I think that's real snoring. Psst, hey, Akari.
Yep,
Are you
I wasn't
awake?
sleeping. What?
We're talking about hellfire. This is your specialty. Do you want to say anything?
What is this hellfire, and why do you think it's in Federo?
I'm not sure.
Just wait as she consults the DM
The
off
DM,
mic.
Well, Hikari, you would know that
I asked
this
you
is-
about this
yeah.
earlier, but you didn't. All you said is you think it's in Federo.
well, because you were killed by it
That's right.
in your last life.
So yeah, I was killed by it in my last life. It's incredibly
which,
powerful.
which is the life that you also remember now you found your necklace in.
Hmm.
So you also believe your necklace is in Federo somewhere.
Okay, but I don't say that to you guys.
Okay.
I just tell you about, that I was killed with it my last life. It's incredibly powerful, and so I think it can
Yeah. And
melt
for
the.
a being that has resistance to fire,
Yeah, it
there
killed
was-
me.
It nearly instantly killed you. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Hikari.
Yep.
Do you remember somebody named Arisa?
Yes.
Have we talked about this?
No.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, I'm still tired.
No, it's fine. I just, God, there's so much plot to kind of sift through. What a compelling Twitch stream this must be. And when I say Twitch stream, I mean that while you are sleeping over there, Hikari, your eyes sort of twitch in a stream of
Dream world.
dream worldness. Yeah.
And while we're being metagame here,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what parts I know from being with you guys and what part obviously you guys were together before this. So sorry, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to keep all that straight in my head.
Right. So yeah, I mean, maybe Charity or Stormbringer would have mentioned it the last the last
Mentioned.
week you've been together. But maybe not. Maybe they've just
Mentioned
been
what?
waiting for Burbage to get back. Arisa.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have mentioned Arisa.
At
Um,
all.
I don't think she really would have come up, would she have?
I mean, Hikari knows her as
I do.
you in this life. As a young girl, you dated someone who Arisa then ended up.
Yeah, I hate
ended
that
up with.
bitch.
we definitely did mention Arisa. We've mentioned Arisa to you before, because before I believe you met with us in Cliff Mill, we brought it up when it was after we'd met Arisa, but before I think the next time you joined us, we talked about it because we'd come to a realization and I'd had a memory. Because that was also when I talked to you and I said I had a memory.
That's right.
Just the edges of it, of you being killed by silver flames. Because
Yeah.
you earlier asked me about that, and I hadn't remembered it at the time. And then I was like, hey, so I don't think that was me. Still not kind of sure, don't really have access to that.
Wait.
yeah.
That's right, because I asked you if you knew anyone
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
could Charity. I asked
that
you
was
if you knew
after
anyone.
the Knoll attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
Alcune.
before. That
Before
wasn't
you
that
guys met Arisa.
before we met Arisa.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Hikari since Arisa until Cliffmill.
Right.
I did talk to her about Arisa some, because I had talked to her about having memories back.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So you probably brought
I
it up
hate
a
her.
little bit.
I was gonna say I brought it up a little bit because one of the memories that I did have distinctly was Arisa sitting with Ire in my memory of the sort of guild party. And so I was like, so was the person you dated Ire? Because we'd already also gotten the story that they had a conflict over like someone they dated.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think what did Arisa, how did she call it? Like they had a misunderstanding about
A misunderstanding.
they both thought something belonged to them or
That's
something
right.
like that. Yeah. You're pretty sure now, yeah, after talking to Hikari, that would have been Ire.
So you guys talked about this in Cliffmill, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Probably on the
Yeah.
boat on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did talk about it a little bit because I wanted to make sure that she knew that I'd gotten a little more memory back. So I had a little more context because she'd specifically asked me about it before. And I remember that Hikari didn't seem very concerned. She was like, yeah, no, Ire didn't. I think she said something like, Ire wasn't the one who killed me. And that was it. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. As a person with limited memories, context?
Well, this is all fascinating. I pray that someday we will be able to understand all of it. But I'm starting to feel antsy to move on personally, but I don't know if there's something that the characters can piece together from all this.
I mean, you guys
really
are
not sure.
exhausted. It is late at night now. You've been talking all afternoon and into the evening. So if you want, you could grab some fish that the halflings were taking and head to bed.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys remember last time we were on a boat, all of us, and Vimeris was still alive, and Roburn and I were really starting to hit it off?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
It, in fact, was this boat.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Wait, this is that boat? Oh,
Yeah.
man, I didn't even recognize it. That's cool. Wait, where'd you guys... Oh, wait. Right, yeah, no, I saw the boat in Cliffmill. Yeah, okay, so you got this... Oh, I see. When I ran... All right, yep, I ran away, and then you guys got this ship from... Oh, yep, makes total sense.
Yeah.
Is it still called the Blue Joke? Or did you rename it? You would have told me. I know what it's called. It's called the Readied Sails. Ah, I understand. I'm just so tired. Oh, I wonder if that banana that I ate is causing me to feel really confused.
Was it drugged?
I don't know. Maybe I investigated it, but I didn't do any kind of arcana check, so who knows?
Okay.
Oh my... Oh, shit! Ah! Oh, fuck! Ah,
What
guys!
is happening?
What
Guys.
is going on?
I stand up and I point. Guys!
What?
Eldon Dale! He's right here in the room. Do you see him?
Do we see him?
No. Yeah.
You got.
I don't see him.
Hold
Where's?
on.
Can I
Say.
can I see
Oh,
the
God.
can I see the point that he's pointing at?
Yeah, he's pointing like right next to Hikari. Yeah.
He just disappeared.
Like,
He's
Did
gone
he
now.
say anything?
I don't think so. Did he, Andy?
No.
He didn't say anything. He just shook his head at me like a piece of spectral
Well-
garbage.
Okay. It
Wow.
doesn't, 1, ghosts can't hurt you, 2, ghosts aren't real, and 3, even if they were real, his opinion doesn't matter anyways, because he's a homophobic dick. So, you just ignore him.
You know, I do want to say I do want to say, and to be very clear, I'm not entirely convinced that Eldon Dale was a homophobic dick, because as it turned out, he wasn't the one behind sending Theodric away in the first place.
That's
So
true.
possibly just a regular dick.
So maybe he's just a dick anyways. But anyway, he's dead or not dead, because dead's not really a thing, but his opinion doesn't matter. Just ignore-
Guys, from now on, whenever I see Eldon, I'm going to be upfront and honest with all of you about it. No more
Good.
secrets, no more avoiding it. I'm going to scream and point at him whenever I see him, no matter
Okay.
what circumstances we find ourselves in.
We'll
we
get
could be
used to it.
hiding. We could be in a precarious situation where we have to be secretive and silent. But if I see him in the interest of openness and honesty with my family, I shall scream and point. Bring out
Sounds
the
good.
evil.
I'm really glad you told the DM that too.
Confront him head on.
Charity just... It is now Charity's turn. Instead of pretending to go to sleep or actually falling asleep, he just has his head in his hands with his elbows resting on the tabletop. Like, oh god, why?
Oh, I'm going to bed.
Hey, can I get some of your alcohol, Hikari? I'm
Sure.
sad. Okay, I'm
At
gonna
the
go
bar.
drink.
What would you like?
Your strongest alcohol, because Roburn used to be alive and she really loved strong alcohol.
She does have some druidic whiskey down there.
Fuck yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, do you
Robert
guys
and
remember? Do
Vimeris.
you remember Druidic whiskey? Do you remember when Vimeris drank some and started turning into a tree?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. I'll just go down to my room, which is room number 1 on the cargo deck.
All right. All right. So Stonebringer, you're grabbing some druidic whiskey from Hikari. Go ahead and, as you take a sip of that, give me a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a 16.
Jesus.
16.
You rolled a 7. You ended up with a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm beefy.
A 16 does allow you to start to get pretty lightheaded immediately with the drink, but it generally goes down pretty smooth. Yeah.
Cool.
And Hikari, you now notice Stormbringer's eyes are changing kind of color a little bit.
From
They're
what to
moving. They're going into like browns and then greens and sort of earth tones.
What's her original eye color?
What is your original eye color, Stormbringer? White? Green?
Brown, earth tone.
It is brown. Yeah. No, wait, that's my hair. It's gray. It's gray.
So
Gray. Okay. So yeah, so you get into browns and then greens, and
would I know that?
that is a thing of druidic whiskey. Yeah. Oh,
Do I feel pretty drunk?
you do. You feel pretty tipsy from that. Yeah.
Hikari, have you ever lost people? I don't know how to deal with it, because death's not really, real, but I'm gonna take
Yes.
another sip.
Okay. We'll keep that saving throw going for now.
But I don't know, I don't know. How do you make the pain go away, even though death's not?
Alcohol.
That's what I'm doing. I think it's working.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. So just stuff it all down, and then drink and fight.
Oh, okay, I can do that. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Is that why you drink and fight so much?
Maybe.
I understand. I'll offer her some of the druidic whiskey.
Nice.
I take a drink.
Take a
and you
drink.
do a
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm right on the edge of typing a disclaimer in chat.
That's
the
not
way.
how
This
you
is
do
not
it.
a
That
drink.
Helpful Goat Gaming
It's
does
free.
not condone coping
Does not
through the
condone
use of
using
substances
Like,
and violence.
Hold on.
A 10. Oh, so she asks you, is that why you drink and fight so much? And you go, maybe, and then
I
you
just
sort of
fall
slump
over.
to the ground.
bad.
Good talk. I'll make my way back up to my bedroom.
Oh, it's so good.
All right. Burbage, you are alone again in your room.
Oh no.
You're looking around every corner as the lamplight flickers, trying to see if Eldondale might appear, but he too seems to be leaving you alone at the moment. And the gentle sort of sloshing of the waves against the deck, and the bit of creaking of the wood lulls you to sleep pretty quickly. And now I need everyone to jump off except for Charity.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Cool. Have fun, Charity.
I'm pretty sure I won't. Oop, okay, move. Get us recentered on the action. There we go.
Charity.
Yes, disembodied DM's voice.
Charity, you awake to, at first, what is a very brilliant, bright, white light all around you.
Oh, damn.
It then sort of congeals into a bit of fire in all directions around you. And now, through the fire, you recognize bits of Federo. You recognize Ostholtz. And you're not far from Arcana Alley and Moxie's oils and elixirs. You're in the middle of a square. And now you start to even see shapes of people kind of drifting in and out of your vision. See-through are most of them, and it's hard to kind of latch on to anything in specifically. And then from this, you're pulled downward through the sand, through what seems to be sandstone, into tunnels, and then into a room. There's an individual in this room, messing then with what looks to be kind of a large alchemist's table filled with potions and herbs and all kinds of different elixirs. One wall is entirely covered with books. And all you see is the back of this individual right now, and they are very tall, wearing all black. Their arms are sort of gangly, hanging at their side. And then you hear a voice that you recognize coming from this figure. Charity, it is good to see you again. It has been a while, hasn't it? You recognize this as the voice of Behelit.
Do I feel like this is a memory, or
You don't. You feel like this is... You got the sensation that when Behelit would sort of pull you into her realm,
okay?
that sort of sensation is happening here, but you are much more aware of your surroundings, and anything that looked like a faded city before certainly has come into focus as if you are actually there.
Let's say it has been a while. Why am I back here?
Don't worry about here, Charity. Where are you now, really?
No.
What do you mean, no? Simple, innocent question.
You are the voice of Behelit. You are controlled by Behelit. You are her shell.
And at this, the figure turns around, and you see a very long face on a high elf, a very ancient-looking high elf. His eyes are piercing, and this is very jarring for you because you've never really put a figure to the voice like this. And he looks now at you, directly at you, and says, "Charity, would you like me to be honest with you?"
Generally?
We have been able to prophesy and see the whereabouts and the paths for each of our subjects. We pride ourselves on this. But for some reason, it is difficult to pinpoint you.
Perhaps.
Where are you, Charity?
Perhaps because I am not your subject.
This matters little to us. We could pinpoint anyone we wanted to.
If it matters so little to you whether I am your subject or no, then why are you trying to pinpoint me?
Behelit does not like not knowing something. She does not endure chance. She cannot stand chaos. She needs order. And after you left Cliffmill, there is but a cloud in your place. We cannot see you, what you are doing. We cannot find you. We cannot keep tabs on you. This has happened once before, Charity. With our servant in the caves. We did not think that there was any danger from your little ragtag group. And then they were just dead. And you were going on your merry way. Why is this, Charity? And he pulls closer to you.
That wasn't an especially clear question. It was more of an extended rumination.
But surely you know what is different now. Why cannot we see you?
Just as an interjection, sorry.
Yes.
When he's commenting on the servant in the caves,
Yes.
what would I... This is more Galway being rusty than Charity?
No, yeah. So you would imagine the Alhoon that you fought in the caves,
Okay.
is probably the only thing that really comes to mind.
Yeah, because I was like, I know that those were caves.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can come up with anything else that... I'm like, legitimately in a... Not insight checking, I'm just like, when else has Charity been in caves?
Yeah, maybe under Cliffmill, but that doesn't sound about right because you didn't really kill those guys.
And also, there were two of them.
There were two of them, yeah.
He specified a servant.
Right. So this is your best guess.
Okay. Yeah, no, and sorry. That was literally Galway being like, I haven't forgotten caves, right? It's been a while. And so he's asking me what's different.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to shrug. I'm Charity. Not Behelit's Charity. As I made very clear.
That is not good enough. If we do not know why we cannot predict you, then we shall simply kill you.
I'm almost going to smile. Are there any, like, objects, like a coin or a book or something right next to me?
Oh, certainly, yeah. There's a goldfish bowl right next to you with a goldfish in it, as well as that's sitting on top of a book as well.
So can I interact with the book?
You can try, yeah.
Yeah, I'll sort of reach for the book.
All right. It does feel solid to you.
Do you want to know why?
Yes.
I'm going to, just sort of offhandedly flip the book open to a random page.
Okay.
And then, without looking at the book, point at a word on a page.
Okay.
That might be relevant. It might not. It's really a matter of chance, isn't it?
He rushes over and he says, You, how is this possible that you can open? Do you see where you are right now? And then he takes the book up and he looks at the word that you pointed at. And his eyes grow big. And now for the first time, you now feel yourself being pushed away from this area, pushed away from this realm of existence. You fly back up through Federo, back through the flames, and finally back toward your room on the readied sails.
If I could, as he asked me, how could you do this? How could you manipulate something?
Yeah.
And as I started to feel pushed, just very gently, I'm going to, what was he wearing?
He was wearing sort of tight-fitting black robes.
I'm just going to reach over and gently adjust, the lapel of his robe. And then as I'm
absolutely, yeah.
As I'm just getting pushed away, the last thing he would see is just Charity smiling.
Yeah, this is the first time you believe that he actually is scared. You get a real sense of dread from this person. And it's not you leaving of your own accord anymore. It is certainly you being pushed away from this realm.
I just got panic slapped out the door.
Yes, definitely. And you flip back onto the boat, and we'll bring everyone else back. It is now the middle of the night, Charity, and you awake in your room, wide-eyed and sweating just a bit, but with a feeling of accomplishment for the first time in dealing with Belle. The sense of the broken power dynamic between the two of you seems to have lessened, even slightly, but lessened in your favor.
I was going to say, almost immediately, I'm going to roll out of bed and kneel in front of the family symbol that I have hanging on one wall, and to sort of bow my head and meditate for a minute. Excellent. Seriously, what the hell is it with things under the ground in Federo?
All right. Well, the night then passes unless anyone wants to get up in the middle of the night to do anything.
Passed out, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm passed out as well.
All right.
Yeah, I would probably at most like use a couple hours just to sort of walk around on deck at some point, but
Nice. So yeah, if you get up and walk around deck, you sort of hear the sailing sailing through the water and through the night. One of the halflings comes over to you with a lantern and says, "Oh, Master Charity, you need something?"
no, I'm fine. Just getting a little bit of air. Thank you.
Oh, okay, excellent. It's a pretty night, isn't it? You sort of look up at the stars, and it is a brilliant, clear night. And the moon is shining on the water just perfectly in front of you, so that you see actually a couple dolphins playing in the surf of the ship.
Charity's gonna smile. No, it is a beautiful night. Damaris would have been excited. He would have been able to turn into a dolphin. And you're going to see
sir?
Charity flex a hand. I'm going to make them pay. Those who hurt the innocent. Those who abuse the weak. They will pay.
Well, that sounds all right to me, sir. Have a good night. All right. Morning eventually comes. The rest of you wake up. What is it that you would like to do?
Am I hungover?
I was gonna ask that
A
too.
little bit. Weirdly enough, kind of Stormbringer, on your arm, some grass started to grow.
I don't think that's normal.
Yeah, you pull it out. It doesn't hurt or anything.
I guess at this point, I drink so much, I probably don't have hangovers anymore.
Oh no, you do, but they're not. I mean, you
awesome.
deal with them. They're not. You've gotten good at dealing with them. You have a Hakari's hangover cure.
Which is hair of the dog.
A bit, yep.
Okay.
Raw egg, the soul of one evildoer, and a little bit of bourbon.
All right, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just go find breakfast.
Good, yeah. There's breakfast. There's some rice and fish, just kind of remnants of last night's meal, mostly, from what the halflings have made.
Burbage wants to look for those bananas. Where did they end up?
Do you want to go down into the steerage deck? That's probably where they were being held.
Yeah, I'll head down there just to make
Okay.
sure that they ended up where they're supposed to be.
Cool.
Because Burbage knows where bananas go, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, Burbage, you see some crates of bananas down there.
Is there anybody down here?
I don't know. Give me a perception check.
I don't know. I'm just the DM. I just literally define if there's someone down here.
21.
Ooh, a 21. Actually, you do hear some kind of rustling around in the back of
Of the
toward door 3.
I'm checking it out.
All right, you head over there. And the rest of you are on the main deck at this point, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, is that where breakfast is served? Where's breakfast served?
In the cargo deck, around the loading dock of Area 3.
Okay, so I'd be down there.
I was actually probably gonna say I'd still be in my room. Because as much as I didn't, do much, I probably slept in a little bit extra because I was up for a chunk of the night. And I'm still just meditating in front of the family symbol and trying to think about what this means.
Beautiful. And Hikari?
I'm just kind of waiting for my hangover to just watching the ocean, just kind of standing on the
All right.
top deck.
I would say that pretty soon I'll probably be going out and looking for people, just so it doesn't pop in as, oh god, something bad happened. All right, I'm coming out of my room. It's just I'm taking a little extra time to get ready this morning.
We don't have aid cast on us right now, do we?
Nope.
All right. Cool. So Stormbringer Burbage comes over and starts to kind of eat some fish and rice with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's concerning.
Hey, Burbage, how'd you sleep?
Is this me or you, Andy?
Oh, it's you. Yeah. No, it's Burbage. Yeah.
How did I sleep?
As he desperately types a secret message, I'm sure.
No, I'm fine. You slept pretty good, Burbage. You were a little worried Eldon might make an appearance again, but he didn't at all in the night.
Yeah, I slept better than I thought I might, Stormbringer. No more appearances by Eldon, which is good.
Yeah, I didn't hear any screaming, so that's good.
Yeah, it is.
Stormbringer,
Well, this fish and
you see the
rice are good.
What'd you say?
He has a banana in his hand as well.
Yeah, you really like those bananas, I guess.
Yeah,
Are they good?
I think so. Andy, do I remember getting this banana?
I mean, yeah, kinda. You picked it up probably in one of the crates down there. Little absent-minded.
Yeah.
That's not really a memory.
That's a deduction.
I guess I did like that banana. I'm gonna eat this banana too.
Is it good? Should I get a banana?
How does it taste, Andy?
Ooh, it tastes good. It tastes quite banana-y.
Yeah. Classic banana, Stormbringer. If you want one, I can show you where they are, presumably.
Yeah. Why aren't you eating the peel, though? That's weird.
Alright, that's not fair. Am I eating the peel, Andy?
Why aren't you eating the peel?
Oh, you said why aren't?
Yeah, because remember, Stormbringer canonically does not peel fruit, including pineapples.
Oh, that's so good.
She treats pineapples as hand fruit.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to cut back. Do you want mine?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I give her the banana peel.
I'm gonna eat it.
Oh,
This is delicious. Yeah, we should go get more bananas.
yeah, there's more where that came from. Fuck this fish and rice, and I toss it onto the floor.
Hey, you probably
Okay.
shouldn't waste food. We're on a boat.
Whatever. Let's go check out those bananas, eh?
Okay.
I'm gonna lead her
Okay, you're gonna lead her
down to where the bananas are. Why am I doing this, Andy?
I don't know why you're doing this. You like bananas, I guess.
No, why am I, Adam, doing this? I'm sure Galway's asking the same
So that the whole episode isn't just us talking?
Yeah, you're just talking about bananas.
Oh, good.
Doing-
We've improved it to Andy doing horrible things with no audio recognition of it whatsoever.
20 perception
to-
check.
That's cool. So Burbage and Stormbringer, you find yourself like in the back of the cargo deck by Hikari's room, like looking at the door really, really interestingly.
Do we have bananas?
You each have a banana in your hand.
Oh,
Am I the only
how
one
the
that
fuck did
has
we get up here?
psychedelic banana?
After a while, Charity's made his way out of the room. while you kind of walk up to Hikari, Charity, the captain sort of shouts down. He says, "Oi, two things. There's another ship over there. I know we've been trying to avoid ships the last few days. And but we also need to kind of cut back into the coast toward Cliff Mill. Is that cool if we cut back in, or do you want to really go around this ship?"
Charity's gonna look up. Say the last few days.
Oh yeah. Ever since that last ship tried to set fire to this, we've been trying to avoid them for the most part.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna look at Hikari. Do you have any memory of that?
No, I do not. Wait, have I been eating the bananas?
No, not really.
Okay.
Oh my
It's not the
God.
bananas.
It's
It's
happening
never-
again.
It's never the bananas.
Oh, is that fine though if we cut back in? It's
That-
the shortest route.
That sounds fine, Captain.
All right.
Kelfazekarath.
You see a ship in the distance too that you're now sort of turning toward, and it has orange sails, Hikari and Charity see. You also don't think it's moving very much. The sails are down, but it doesn't seem to
Wait,
be moving very much.
Am I at the front? Am I at the front of the ship or the back of the
You're
ship?
kind of in
You're
the
at the
middle
side.
right now.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, and
We're on the starboard
sorry.
rail.
Yeah, you're good.
I wasn't looking at the map. And I see a ship with orange sails.
Yeah.
Do I recognize it? Are there any markings on the ship?
Do you have a spyglass or
No.
anything? Because it's pretty far away still.
No, I don't.
So from this distance, no, you can just barely tell the color.
And that doesn't strike any chords with me, like with Lomina's
No.
ship or Milo's
Nope.
or anything.
Nope,
Okay.
it doesn't sound like that. No.
Cool.
All right, Burbage. You've listened at Hikari's door now. You're pretty sure no one is in there.
Did he say he wanted to listen to Hikari's door? Did I miss that?
I don't know if Andy's confused or if
Yeah.
he is really like. I think
Fucking
he's
with
fucking
us?
with us. Like, this is fascinating because
Because he's
Yeah.
gaslighting us actively as players.
Apparently.
I mean, it's really interesting. So I did a perception check. I guess at Hikari's door,
Yeah, you're listening. Yeah, at her door and checking it,
Uh,
looking at it.
and
it looks locked, but you
Do
don't
I-
hear anyone inside.
I don't. Do I remember why I was doing a perception check at
Not-
Hikari's door?
Not really. You think you were wanting to see if she was in there, maybe?
Burbage,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
I think I think I must be trying to sneak into Hikari's room.
That sounds
gonna-
like a really bad idea.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
come
but-
down the stairs.
But why else
Alright,
would
yeah.
I be listening?
I don't-
to-
Memory
I thought we were
fuckery.
getting bananas. What?
Time and memory fuckery.
Oh fuck. Hey,
We've been on the
Stormbringer's alive?
I don't know.
Stormbringer looks really hopeful.
Wait a minute. Time and memory fuckery.
The captain just informed me that there was a ship off to was it off to our starboard, Andy? Because we were
Yes,
sitting on or we were standing on that side. There was a ship
And
to
you're
our
turning
starboard, and we were turning to that direction. And he wanted to make sure that it was okay that we were going near that ship because we've been avoiding ships for the past several days.
But we haven't been
Ever
here for
since
several
that ship, since that first ship that we came across tried to set us on fire.
days. Did that happen?
I don't remember it happening.
Kinda? It must have. You feel weird about it. You don't recall that, really.
Or maybe the captain's lying. I don't know. I hate everything right now.
You just got on the boat yesterday, so this does feel a
Yeah.
little weird. It
But
just
maybe this
seems-
means Roburn's alive, you guys.
I'm just
Okay.
going to start checking all of the bandages, all of the pockets. Did
you
I
have a
leave?
note in your pocket, Charity?
Of course I do.
Burbage is just feeling sick. He slides down the wall onto the floor of the ship because he doesn't like. This is dumb, guys. This is dumb,
What's my
What?
note say?
guys.
Your note says in Infernal, time fuckery.
I'm gonna
We
open
just-
the door to my room because we're all just standing outside my
Okay.
room.
Yeah, you open the door
Yeah.
to your room. Yeah.
And what do I see?
There are 6 less bottles of booze than you remember.
What?
No!
I don't care about all this. Someone stole my booze.
I think maybe you drank it if there's time fuckery, right?
Well, the last time it wasn't actually time fuckery, it was memory fuckery.
Yeah. We went down to get bananas, and then we were back up here with bananas, but I don't remember coming back up here.
Is this Hikari's first time experiencing time fuckery with us?
She was with us in the caravan.
Or
with
memory
Sam.
fuckery.
Wait,
Yeah, you were with them at the beginning of the caravan when there was just
But-
the first part of it.
yeah,
She
but then
wasn't with us when we got
You-
to Sherstow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
she might not have even ever been aware of the time fuckery had happened.
Yeah.
She probably lost maybe a day somewhere.
Yeah. And I do that a lot because I drink a lot.
And she was also wandering basically out into the desert, so...
Right, yeah. I do that a
So-
lot.
This isn't really that upsetting for me. I'm just mad that my alcohol's gone.
Yeah. Stormbringer, do you still have Robin's necklace?
No, I put it on her grave. That's
Then
what made
what's-
me forget her in the first place.
Then what's going on? What is happening? Charity, I'm
Maybe
gonna
she's
crawl-
alive. Maybe
I'm
she
gonna
raised from the dead, the life, and is wearing her necklace and is here.
Burbage
Maybe
is
she's
crawling
forever.
across the floor of the ship and just pawing at Charity's ankles. What's going on, Charity? What's happening? And I'm looking up at Charity with woeful eyes.
I'm gonna sort of pick Burbage up so that he's standing up. I don't know what, but I know it's nothing good, because apparently we don't get to have nice things. We should...
Stormbringer.
The
Talk to the
last time
captain.
It was a nice thing causing this. Maybe it's a nice thing again.
She wore the
She wasn't-
necklace to suppress her abilities. She didn't think it was a nice thing. She was a
But
nice
she was
person.
nice.
Sources and effects can be different in niceness.
I don't understand what you just said. But
I'm
maybe
nice.
It's her again.
Fireball isn't nice for the people that I set
think
on
Fireball's
fire.
Nice.
You... Yeah, okay.
Stormbringer, I want to be very clear with you. Can you pick me up so I'm eye to eye with you?
Okay, I'll do that. Hold him in front of me.
Okay.
Amidst the feelings of despair and concern that I'm feeling right now, are feelings of genuine concern for you and your emotional state specifically. And I want to be very clear with you that I don't think Roburn is alive in the sense that we remember her. We're experiencing something very disconcerting right now, but I don't want you to jump to the conclusion that Roburn is back in some way, because I'm pretty sure she's not. Do you understand?
Stormbringer looks really crestfallen. But what else? What else could it be?
I'm about to find out.
Andy,
Eldon! Eldon! What is this? Come back! Explain everything!
Is it working?
I don't know yet, hold on.
You don't see Eldon anywhere.
I'm gonna go talk to some crew members and see.
Okay.
So
See if
So-
any of them are wearing a weird necklace. Also,
So-
Hikari.
Andy,
Yeah.
to the main deck.
when I had done checks on some of the stuff that I can't remember his name, but Roburn's father had said, and the nature of her abilities, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I had worried that those abilities sounded somewhat demonic, I think.
Uh-huh.
I thought you had said something like that to me.
There's something kind of religious about it. The way it felt that you couldn't look upon someone without forgetting who they were, or something like that.
Okay.
So demonic, a bit angelic, something kind of religious, you feel.
Stormbringer, will you turn me around so I'm facing Charity?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Charity, what did you tell the captain that we should do?
That we could
Are
we could cut in. He was saying that if we didn't make that cut in at this point, we would be heading far, far away from Cliffmill at this point.
So we're cutting in toward Cliffmill, and it's bringing us closer to that ship.
It has orange sails. It didn't seem to be moving.
Hey, wait. Last time, this affected everyone in the caravan except some people who weren't around Roburn at all. And this time it's only affecting us. So what are we doing that the crew's not doing?
Oh, damn.
Or at least it didn't affect the captain this time. So what are we doing different than the captain?
The moonlight now cascades across the deck of the ship.
Was I talking for longer than I thought I was, you guys?
Akari, you are kneeling next to Charity with your hands right next to his temples, as if you are about to cast some sort of spell on him.
Wait, I was on the deck and now this is happening?
Yes, yeah. And you pause, and each of you sort of shake awake almost for a second, and it's just the four of you on the deck at this point. You're not exactly sure what time it is. There is someone steering, and one of the Dwarven brothers is manning the anchor still. But you're not exactly sure what's going on.
I hate this so much.
What Dwarven brothers?
They work the anchor.
Has
They
they
were
been
just-
mentioned before? I thought this was
I don't-
created by halflings.
Well,
Yeah,
Cliffmill is a
they were
squat
mentioned.
village, so there were halflings and dwarves there, presumably.
Okay,
Okay.
I am going to say that the Dwarven brothers were in the crew list that Andy gave me a long time ago.
Okay.
So he has not just
They were
slipped them in
mentioned
now.
once. Yeah, they were mentioned. I think the last time when I said the Dwarven brothers were raising the anchor.
Okay.
Is the halfling who came to us with the crate of bananas, is he around at all? Do I see him?
No, you don't see anyone else on the deck here.
Do we have any bananas with us right now?
You don't have any bananas on you, no, not right now.
You guys, what's going on? What are we doing differently? Talk really quick.
Charity, you do see a bit of ink now on your arm. Like, if you were to lift up your sleeve a bit, you might have written something.
I'm going to say, hold on, I may have left myself a note. And I'll look at it.
It says in ink, fairly crudely drawn, Hikari fix memory.
Okay, well, I think that's the context that past me in some definition of the word past was giving us.
Thanks,
Hikari,
Best Charity.
I think that it might be time for you to do the memory trick that I remember saying to you that we should talk about, and maybe we talked about, but I don't remember talking about it. But let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. Really quick, do I have something to write with real quick?
Yeah, you have some.
Okay, so I'm gonna make. So I remember how many memory time jumps right now? Like that.
3 if you include Burbage's.
Okay, so I'm gonna put. I'm just gonna make like 3 little slashes.
There
on
are
my...
5 slashes already on your arm.
Shit.
Charity is going to
Episode.
Charity with like incredibly understanding, like tender concern is going to be like, I know that's the bitch of it. After we left that stupid inn, I was pulling notes out of my pockets for days. I got
Okay,
really
well-
inventive with under bandages, in my clothes, in my bags, different languages. It doesn't do anything.
Burbage is, upon hearing this, he's gonna furrow his brow and he's gonna check himself for notes.
Okay. With a 6, you kind of pat all your pockets. You don't see any notes or anything.
Do I at least still have Theodric's note? Because that's the one I was looking for.
You would still have that.
Yeah, Burbage is just gonna breathe a sigh of relief after he finds that, and then sit down on the deck.
So, I don't know exactly how, or maybe I did, because I don't know if we've... Okay, you see how hard it is to talk about any of this, but in terms of memories, anything that you can bring back should be helpful. And, just going off of the rules of how time works, that's going to be a lot.
Does she
Okay.
even have a modify memory spell prepared?
Well, we talked about it, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had briefly talked about it, and something tells you that Charity maybe has talked to you today about it already too. So you definitely did. You definitely prepared one for today.
So let's do this.
I'm going to look at Burbage.
Yeah?
Does this hurt?
Physically? I don't think so.
Okay.
Less comforting.
Burbage is now lying on the deck, stroking the ship, the boards, and he's singing da 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 silver daggers. Da 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 silver daggers.
As I'm sort of picturing my eyes flicking sort of over to him, maybe ducking slightly to get under Hikari's hands held out towards my temples. You realize the ship isn't a dryad this time. Oh god, I hope.
Oh, we don't know that.
Oh no.
All right. So Hikari, are you going to cast the spell?
Yes.
All right. How
hold
about
on.
Burbage and Stormbringer hop off then for a moment?
Okay.
At least at least you, the players, are informed of your missing memories this time.
Yeah, it's true.
Level 5.
You have to cast it at level 5.
Okay.
It'll take that slot. All right. Okay. Hikari. You place your sort of hands again next to Charity's temples like you did with Burbage. And you dive into Charity's mind. You are sifting through what it feels like are memories that should be remembered but are forgotten, like the last 4 or 5 days on this ship. But there's something else in here. There's memories that are locked. Can you give me an Arcana roll?
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Ugh.
To try to navigate through some of this.
Can she have guidance?
Sure. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think you would put guidance on it. Yeah.
Arcana.
So,
Yeah.
Charity, maybe roll a d4.
Oh.
All right.
So 18
15
total.
plus 3, 18. So with an 18 Arcana, you are able to. You feel that you could latch on to one of these memories that are locked away, that are almost the way you sense it is they're almost too white hot to get near.
Okay.
But you you feel a certain attachment to one of these memories in particular. Give me one more Arcana roll to see if you can break it and unlock that moment.
Nope.
No, not with that. Do you have a inspiration? I think you do.
I think
do.
everyone does right now.
I think everyone does.
Okay, well now I no longer have it.
If
So
you want to, you can re-roll.
That is much better.
All right, with a 15, you are able to unlock this memory. And suddenly, both you and Charity are sort of transported back to what appears to be a long cave.
a long cave?
Yes,
like
a very
tunnel?
long, tunnelish cave.
Okay.
And you seem to be at the end of it. There's a small altar with black candles, giving off a yellow light in the back of this cave. There is a tiefling standing in front of an older Hikari.
Wait, a tiefling? Do I recognize the tiefling?
You don't. You're behind this tiefling at the moment.
Okay,
your
in front of an
point.
older Hikari, like.
A Hikari that is maybe 50 years old. She
But I
has
still look
wrinkles.
good, right?
Oh, you still look hot.
Okay,
Absolutely.
awesome.
You just have some wrinkles. You have a couple more battle scars. You are wearing your necklace,
Mm-hmm.
your gemstone necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears to you that you've been in battle for a while. You are exhausted, and the spear that you have at your side is broken in pieces now on the ground. You are sweating. There's blood dripping from your head.
From the older one.
Yes, from the
Okay.
older you. And then the man in front of you, that tiefling, who's very large, very muscular, says, "It's time. It's okay. It's time."
Okay.
And Charity, you and Hikari move around this figure. And you now see that he has his hands on a small boy in front of him. And another younger boy sits down in the corner of the cave watching.
Do I recognize these boys?
You do not recognize these boys. However, the young boy that he has his hands on starts to breathe heavily. A shimmering halo of silver flame envelops around his head. His eyes go completely black. And his skin...
Does this boy have white hair?
His skin radiates with a heat that you've never felt. Each of you feels a reluctance in this young boy's demeanor. And his skin begins to crack, almost like the ground where magma is starting to pool up underneath it. But instead of seeing bright, fiery little glowing lines of yellow and orange, you see lines of silver and black underneath this pinkish, purplish, darker skin. The boy does then, his hair begins to turn white all over. And he very, seemingly with tears in his eyes that are immediately evaporating into a mist, he puts his hand up toward you, Hikari, and casts a very simple spell. Just create bonfire. And Hikari, you then are enveloped in silver and black flame. You writhe for just a second in agony, but it is over very quickly, and you become simply dust in front of this boy.
So, does this seem, the silver and black flame, does it seem...
This is exactly what you were picturing, only you seem to have focused more on the man than the child. when you were remembering it.
Yeah.
What falls from your neck, still intact, is your gemstone necklace.
And I wasn't like I was willing to do this. Like I gave into it. Didn't look like I was
it
fighting.
seemed like it was the end of the fight, essentially.
Oh, okay. But
Like,
I wasn't trying to fight it or anything?
Not anymore. It seemed like you were resolved to whatever fate then
Okay.
this was.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on. About the necklace.
The necklace falls to the ground amidst the rest of your dust. The young boy, his eyes kind of come back into focus a bit. Sort of silvery golden pupils. He lurches forward, vomits on the ground.
Dear God.
And you see the man put a stopper in a very, very black liquid case.
What?
Like potion bottle.
Oh, okay. But
that
there's black liquid in it.
Yes,
Okay.
that he sets in a case. And the other young boy that was just watching just runs from the room, scared and terrified.
Do I see what happens to my necklace?
It remains in the dust for the moment.
Okay.
And the man comforts the boy just with one tap on the back as he's kind of heaving and crying now at what he's just done.
There.
Yeah, and he says, Caloren, you've done well.
Okay.
And this was Charity's memory of what happened.
Okay.
All right, let's bring everyone back.
Does Hikari have a sense of my presence next to her? Like, are we conscious of each other?
Yes, you are conscious of each other. Yes.
To her side, she will hear crying and just very faintly, I'm so sorry.
I'm just sort of like in shock.
All right, you are whipped back to your bodies, kneeling on the deck of this ship as the moonlight cascades on the mists around you, kicked up by the wake of the ship. Stormbringer and Burbage are wide-eyed and terrified, and quickly you start to realize Hikari and Charity.
We are wide-eyed and terrified?
Stormbringer and Burbage are.
Okay, are wide-eyed.
As you see
Thank
them.
you. Sorry.
And is everyone back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Back and wide-eyed and terrified.
Wide-eyed and
Yep.
terrified as a bit of silver and black flame has now caught some of the deck on fire in various places around you.
Did we see where it came from?
It came from Hikari and Charity.
Okay, I'm gonna try to stomp the flame out.
Shit.
Yes, you know what this is,
Shit.
Both Charity and Hikari.
It's hellfire.
As
isn't it?
as I see
It
you do
appears
that
to be.
very like weakly and groggily, I'm gonna don't touch it.
But it's catching the boat on fire.
Stormbringer, you start to kind of stamp it out. Please take this much fire damage, as all you're doing is sort of spreading it around.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Do I?
There are two
Wait, I
places.
know I have to
One-
ask this every time, but does resistance round down or up?
Resistance makes the damage round down.
Okay.
There's one behind here, and then one on the railing of the ship over here.
Ow, you guys, it hurt me, and it's spreading. There's fire.
I'm gonna sort of lurch almost backwards from where I was kneeling. Like, have you ever seen someone try to stand up from kneeling and they don't quite pull it off? I sort of do that and move towards this one. Do I feel like I can control it at all?
You can try. Give me an Arcana check.
Sort of panting. 24.
Wow, the 24, you think you're able to move it, but you're not able to quelch it.
Do I feel like I could push it off into the sea?
Yeah.
You might be able to push it onto the railing, which you could break off into the sea.
Oh, I thought this one was
Or I
on
can
the
break
railing.
off into the
Yeah, I'll do
Oh, no,
that.
this one, I'm sorry, this one is on the railing. Yeah.
Okay,
the
so
one
that
here-
one's already on the railing. Sorry. So
Yeah.
then if it was the one over here and I sort of got that control, I would do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
put it up on the railing on another side and be like, Don't touch the flames. Break the railing. Into the water.
Okay. I'm
Into the
gonna try
water.
to break the railing and toss it into the water.
Right.
While this is all happening, Burbage would have crawled over to the other fire, I guess, and
Okay.
taken the wooden plank that doesn't burn out of his bag
Okay.
and put it on the fire. And Burbage is in kind of a daze, but
Yeah.
he wants to do this before the fire
All right.
goes away.
The fire. Charity seems to be with all of his might. Even just a little bit of blood now seems to be running out of his nose. Is moving this fire toward the railing, and as he's doing that, Burbage, you very quickly had this idea about the log that doesn't burn, and you put it into this fire, and it immediately catches fire.
Oh
Oh.
shit.
Do not let that touch you.
I drop the plank, I guess.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Stormbringer. This isn't going to make much difference, but your resistance to fire did nothing against that damage.
Oh.
And you drop the plank, Burbage, just on the ground.
Well, no, I toss it over the into the
Okay,
water.
over the ship into the water. All right. As you do that, you hear an immediate like sizzle as it sinks beneath the waves.
But
Um,
it doesn't stop, right? Like you see the flames.
You
like,
can
as
see
it
a
goes
bit of
down?
silvery black flames
Okay.
even under the water. And then Stormbringer, you are chopping away at the railing.
Yeah,
Uh,
to try to push into the water.
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
I mean, how thick is this railing? I would probably just be using my
It's not.
hands,
Oh, okay.
but not like to
Uh,
get.
You would
but
have
not
to
getting
chop
burned.
a bit of it. Yeah, you'd
Okay.
have to chop a bit of it, I think.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Otherwise, you run the risk of accidentally falling off. 11
Sorry.
hits. Yeah. Roll some damage.
I guess I'm probably using it two-handed since I have no reason to even have my shield out. I wish I hadn't said that. I rolled a 6.
It's okay, that's fine.
It's also a railing. I don't think it has a lot of HP.
No. You definitely are starting to chop away then at it. And you get all of it sort of loose enough that you can kick it into the sea.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What do I know what to do?
Oh, yeah, you're probably just shocked.
I was
and-
gonna say I think I'm still kind
Just
of
kinda-
shocked.
And then there'd be another one over by me, right?
Yes. And as you kicked it, please take 19 damage as it sort of roars up just one last time, scorching your leg, Stormbringer.
Cool.
I was expecting you to call it rude.
This fire's a dick, you guys.
You have no idea.
What?
Other one. Other one.
Right,
There's one
okay.
more.
I'm like
Yeah,
sort of
give me an attack
straining,
roll,
trying to.
whoever.
I'm not trying to quell or like quench it. I'm just sort of trying to keep it from spreading at all.
Yes.
Is it on the railing?
It is on the railing, yes.
Okay, so I'll do the same attacking the railing thing.
All right.
When I see her having broken it,
17.
Oh, yeah. And damage, yeah.
6 again.
No problem.
before she kicks it this time,
Yeah.
I'm going to try to cast telekinesis
Okay.
and
Oh, and try to push it off.
and rip
that.
it away with my mind.
All right. That's gonna have that's not gonna be hard at all. It's very light railing. You just sort of shoot it out into the water.
Yeah, I am throwing that thing 60 feet away, and if I can get any momentum on the end of that, maybe 70.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. It's shot out into the darkness, and you still see the silvery flame as it dips below the water again.
So the fire's all gone?
So all the fire is gone?
What the fuck is going on, you guys?
I just look at Charity and don't say anything. I look at Charity and then I run down,
You just run downstairs?
run downstairs to go get something to drink.
Okay. All right.
And then I come back up with like a big bottle.
Okay.
I'm just picturing you with like one of the like Warner Brothers Looney Tunes like moonshine jugs.
Yeah. You do have 3 different kinds of dwarven ale: Kippin's Tall Stout, Blank Rock Sour, or Glory Gem Wheat.
Which is the
The most alcohol is the Tall Stout.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be a
Alright.
stout.
I
I'm
just
also
start drinking
imagining
it
she
straight
just
from
poured
the-
all 3 of them together.
Maybe just
There you go.
into a giant jug. Yeah. And then as she's doing that, what are you doing?
Am I like conscious?
Yes.
Charity,
All of his weapons back?
you look fucked up. What's going on?
Well, it should be easier to find the hellfire now that we know what it looks like.
Where the fuck did that fire come from? And also, did you find out what's going on with the memories?
So Andy, actually, did I find out what's going on the ship?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope.
great.
Yeah, Hikari unlocked something deeper, much deeper within you, but didn't bring back those specific memories.
I'm sort of... Charity's will shake his head. No. I don't know. And is it Stormbringer and Burbage are on deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to see something that takes a second for you to process, like what you're seeing. Charity's face brightens for a second, and it takes you a moment to realize that he's crying teardrops of silver flame. I'm sorry.
Is your face okay? I'm gonna reach
sorry.
out and kind of, I don't know, awkwardly pat you. What's wrong?
So sorry for all of it.
Okay, but you're not communicating. Fuck, man. I can't. Burbage. He's having a crying.
He's having a crying.
Has Andy, just curious, has Burbage ever seen that type of fire before?
No, not at all. That was scary.
Well, you mean the ones that was on the deck?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that.
The thing
But-
that I'm crying looks like
Oh, yeah,
every
that-
time I summon flame.
Yeah, that's charity stuff. Hikari's now come back with a giant jug. Just gulping.
Actually, you know what? I didn't come back. It's
Oh,
in my
okay.
room.
Okay.
The car is still in her room. Yeah, so the fire on the deck was like silver and black.
So
or
it looked
something?
looked
Yeah.
very similar to like my flame with black sort of shot through it.
Yeah.
Yes, almost as if it's like the main part of the flame, like the lower part was black, but as the tail whipped up, it brings like a silver to it. So like whenever you see like a kind of a blue or a green, like in flame, it seemed like it had like those kind of highlights to it. Yeah, like a black flame with silver highlights.
And now
But the flame-
Charity is crying tears of silver flame.
Yeah, that's the normal
Yeah.
comforting. That's
This
what I
is the
use to
normal
set people on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Burbage will stand up. I've kind of envisioned him as being like on his knees this whole time. I don't think he ever stood up from when he was singing his Silver Dagger song.
You just knee crawled over to like slap at the flame with the
Yeah,
unburnable board.
yeah, but he's gonna get up and I don't know. Like, I feel like he's gonna come over to Stormbringer and like do his best to kind of like, I don't know, kind of keep her from. Well, no, never mind. Yeah, Burbage will come over and he'll basically say what Stormbringer was saying, which is like, "Hey, Charity, what the fuck's going on? What are you sorry for? What happened? What did you remember?"
So many. So many.
So many memories?
Do you remember when I said to you, Burbage, that the weight of not knowing what the sin was worse?
Yeah.
I might have been wrong.
All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's all right. Burbage is looking back and forth between Stormbringer and Charity. All right. Yeah. So you remember what you did wrong? Yeah. I know how that is. Yeah. That's rough, man. Okay. It's all right. Doesn't change who you are.
Yeah, that was past you. Current you isn't that. Current you is current you. So it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, Burbage is nodding. Yeah, current you is current you. You're still our family. And everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
What is going on with Hikari?
She told us that she knew the Hellfire because it had killed her. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Memory's kind of fucked up on the boat right now.
Right, yeah, well, I do remember that.
Well, the fire that killed her and the fire on the ship came from the same place. Came from me.
Hey. But it's okay because she's alive, so you didn't even kill her.
I feel like the sheer prospect in this obviously incredibly sort of broken state that Charity's in of wargaming out the explanation to Stormbringer of how her death isn't a thing only vaguely applies to Hikari is just enough to like take Charity out of consciousness.
I'll catch him before he hits the ground.
All right.
Fuck. Should we all stay together because there's still shit going on with memory and time, or should we just put Charity to bed? I can't be the adult, Burbage. Can you be the adult? Our adult's unconscious.
Burbage has been slack-jawed. Since Charity said what he said. And then he'll close his mouth and he'll straighten up. And he'll wait for the DM to say what the fuck is happening.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, he would be like, Yeah, right. Charity's unconscious. He should be in a bed. Let's go put him in bed.
But should we go down to Hikari? Should we all go down there and we can put them both to bed? She's probably pretty drunk by now.
Well, I'm not quite sure it's a good idea to put Charity near Hikari right now, because the
Oh.
last time you and I became conscious of our surroundings, we saw the two of them, and we were terrified of them, and a bunch of silver-black flame almost killed us. So why don't you take Charity to his room, and I'll go
Okay.
talk to Hikari.
Okay, but scream really loudly if anything's wrong or if you lose time again.
I'll scream if I see Eldon, I'll scream if I lose time again, and I'll scream if anything else weird happens. Deal?
Okay, yeah, deal.
As you finish that sentence,
Ah.
a ship very close to yours sort of emerges from the dark.
Wait, is it nighttime?
You believe that there are bright orange sails to it.
Yeah, Burbage screams.
Yeah, I see it! I see it!
Where's the
Is it-
crew?
Approaching
They're
us?
mostly downstairs and stuff, it seems. It is coming alongside you. Yeah, it is trying to keep pace with your ship, which is larger but also quite fast.
So no one's
I'm-
steering our boat? Like they're just
No.
downstairs?
There's the guy, not the captain, but sort of the first mate that is
Okay.
steering this.
I'm
this
gonna
ship.
shout at the
Alright.
top of my lungs, which is very loud. Hikari!
Yeah.
So hopefully she comes.
Hopefully she's not passed out downstairs.
Yeah, because
Is
otherwise
the-
both of our healers are passed out.
Is the captain on deck?
Not the captain, but the first mate. Yes.
Where's the first mate?
He's back by the wheel.
The wheel.
Yeah.
Is that what it's
Um,
called? Technical term?
Burbage will run to the first mate while looking at the ship. Does he recognize this ship at all?
Only because people have been talking about it the last couple days.
But now that it's close,
yeah,
it doesn't look familiar
it
at all.
doesn't look familiar to you now.
I'm gonna go to the first mate and say, "Hey, what do you think we should do?"
He's already turning the boat as quickly as he can away from it.
All right, yeah,
I think
good.
I think you should let me steer the boat.
All right, got it. Good luck with that, and I'll walk away.
All right. So, Stormbringer, Burbage, you're standing on the deck, not knowing if your other friends are conscious or unconscious or what's going on. A few halflings are starting to come up from the cargo deck. But you're seeing this boat with orange sails get closer and closer. It has no lights on at all. And even though he's steering to try to avoid it, it is getting much closer. And as it gets to about 30 feet or so off of your starboard side, you hear kind of a and just ropes like spring from that ship, as if the rigging itself were alive, wrapping around railings and sides of the boat, even around the mast, the forwardmost mast. And one of them tries to wrap around you, Burbage. Give me a strength saving throw.
I tried. Is it gonna roll?
There it is. That's a 1. So
I get to
keep
re-roll
rolling
that.
again. Oh no, it rolled a 3 then.
Wait, what?
Yeah. then
I
it rolled
only
a
s-
3.
Sometimes
I
it
see one.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know why it only hit 1.
sometimes
dice.
it doesn't roll all the dice on that halfling auto reroll.
Can I? He's right next to me. Can I use an action or reaction to try to grab him?
Yes, because this rope has wrapped around him and immediately starts pulling him off the ship.
What would I
so
roll?
Stormbringer, yeah, give me a strength check.
Strength check, not save.
Yeah, because you're not really the target of it.
I rolled a 17.
A 17? That means that you are just able to hold on as it's pulling Burbage off the ship. You can't quite hold on to Burbage, but you can hold on to the other end of a rope.
Burbage,
that
grab onto
wraps
me
up.
and unwrap the rope.
He's now sort of dangling under, like, over the water.
What? So one rope. Yeah. So what's happening? A rope is wrapped around my
Yes, and
feet,
Stormbringer's
or
it's wrapped around like your middle. Yeah, and Stormbringer's
Okay.
grabbed part of it, part of that rope, but you're being pulled toward the other ship.
do
you're
I
not-
have a free?
Yeah.
Do I have a free hand at all?
You do have one free hand, yeah.
I'd like to cut this rope with my dagger.
All right. You whip out Bright Fang. Give me an attack roll.
Whip out. Say that every time.
You nasty boy.
Certain magical items just have to be whipped out. Jesus.
That certainly
26.
Give me an attack roll.
You mean damage?
Damage roll.
11 piercing, 9 cold.
All right. You are able to slice through this as just the ends of it sort of crystallize and get hard from the ice damage. You then sort of swing back toward the ship, and Stormbringer's just barely able to hold on to you, and she pulls you up back onto the ship.
Can I like immediately pull him and Charity away from the edge?
Yes, yeah, you can start to drag them away from the edge. And you see this as the other boat starts to come even more alongside you. It's latched on to your ship.
How many ropes are there?
There's maybe 14, 15 ropes that have now seemingly on their own wrapped around part of your ship. And then Burbage and Stormbringer, as you're getting away from the edge, you see the front of this ship sort of lurch up out of the ocean, showing its massive, great teeth.
What the fuck?
Its terrifying long tongue starts whipping out in front of it, latching and sticking onto the side of your ship as well. And where it sticks, it starts to eat away at the hull of the ship as acid is just being pumped through that tongue, and it makes just a roaring sound over the waters.
Can I try to cut all the ropes? How long would that take?
You start running around trying to chop the ropes, and it seems like everyone you chop, 2 more seem to spring from it.
God damn it.
While she's doing that, I'm trying to wake up Charity.
All right, you're shaking Charity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, between the bellow getting dropped, picked back up, and now shaken awake, am I awake?
I'd say so. I'd say that you're starting to wake up at this. And now you see this kind of giant maw of a ship like clamp down in the water again. The whole ship itself kind of looks wobbly to a certain extent.
Do I see anybody on the ship?
Not at all. Nope. Well, that concludes tonight's episode of Goats and Dragons. If you enjoyed this and are curious to see where the stream goes, follow us on Twitch, where we are simply Helpful Goat, or subscribe on YouTube at Helpful Goat Gaming. We are a small independent game design firm and could really use the support. If you'd like to know more about us, our streams, our company, or our upcoming projects, you can visit helpfulgoat.com, follow us on Twitter at HelpfulGoat, or check out our Facebook page at Helpful Goat. Thank you so much to the cast for playing. Thanks so much for listening. Oh, we immensely appreciate the support. And from all of us on Goats and Dragons, we wish you an excellent evening. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.